but you kind of have to stand there for him. You kind of have to be one of those guys, and he's had perfect tailor-made matches for him in fights to get to where he's at. You kind of have to stand there for him to kind of hit with you like real short punches and real quick hooks. So I think Cruz is smart to pick this fight. I really do think he picked it, and he knows why.
What's going on with the association?
I mean, I was asked to join it from my management company and just kind of stand up for what's right, and for how fighters should be treated. And just really what it comes down to is like, I've seen so many guys in the past go through these careers and have nothing to show for it. No health insurance, no pensions really are the big things. Just taking care of us. I mean, it's a $4 billion company. I feel like we should have health insurance. It's very expensive as a fighter for me to have health insurance for me and my family.
Have you received any static from the UFC for participating in that?
Not yet.
You want to say anything?
No, man. Who knows what's going to happen, man? I mean, that is a little worrisome, but someone's got to stand up to do it, and I feel like it's the right thing to do. I might get a little backlash from it, but what's different? I'm already not getting the title shot I deserve, so they're just going to keep holding out on me, maybe. Who knows?
Is it tough for you to be on this card and have Cruz's name everywhere and not be fighting him for the belt?
Maybe at first, but you get over it. I'm fighting a very dangerous opponent. I gotta be aware of John Lineker coming at me and wanting to knock my head off. So it gets rid of always thinking about Cruz. But it's actually, I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing for me to be able to get back what I want. To make a statement right before they fight and be able to grab the mic and speak my mind afterwards.
Are you pissed that you don't have the shot right now?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm definitely pissed about it, but. I got a great consolation prize, I guess you could say. I'm fighting number 2 again. So, like I said, I'm the one that's really fighting the title fights. So I'm fighting the number 1 contenders. I'm fighting the tougher guys. He's hand selecting these fights. So that's the only way I can kind of make it a positive for myself is just know that I'm doing what a champion should do and fighting the best guys.
So if you win and you get the mic, you have something you have ready to say?
I always kind of free flow it. It's hard to really plan something out because you have so much emotions going on that you forget to say stuff or you said things you didn't even know you were going to say. So it just kind of comes out in the moment, however the fight goes and whatever's going to happen.
With Cruz here, I'm sure you'll mention him by name.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure, man. I mean, we all know what I want. I mean, I tried to vocalize what I wanted. I tried betting big money on it. I tried doing everything I possibly could to beating the number 2 ranked guy in the world. I thought that was enough, but you got to talk your way into things now. Yeah.
What's your biggest advantage against Lineker? Speed, your experience? What do you say?
I would say just how well-rounded I am in my speed and my athleticism. I think he's got a good one big attribute, and that's going to be his downfall. I think of his career is he'll never get to the very, very top because he relies on just hitting hard and coming at you.
Mm-hmm. How do you see a fight playing out?
I see myself finishing John Lineker. Yeah.
Knockout.
That's the thing. I'm very well rounded, so it could be anywhere, man. But yeah, I definitely feel that I can knock him out, get him over aggressive, and let him run into things. And he's got big holes in his game, man. I mean, he holds his hands at his waist and looks at the sling leather.
You'd mentioned a little bit there. I just heard the tail end of it, and I'm sorry to repeat the question, but
I'm used to it. It happens.
About being the number 1 contender and not getting that opportunity. I mean, what are your feelings on that right now?
You get a little bitter about it. You get a little pissed off that things don't go the way down they're supposed to. As this being a sport and training my butt off, training 6 hours a day to be the best in the world, and then not being treated like it. To winning big fights, beating Rafael Sinsalves on an 8-fight win streak, ranked number 2, and not getting my title shot. But I'll continue to do my job. I'll keep beating the best guys and keep a smile on my face and just enjoy what I do.
It's part of your hope that building an association would help with that kind of positioning in the future?
Absolutely, you know what I mean? This needs to be a sport. Like, I put my life on the line. I beat my head in. I train 6 hours a day. I mean, I'm putting my health and wellness on the line for the sport, and I hope they do the same back for me. But it's just not the case, I mean, we should be warranted the fights that you deserve. Just like in the NFL or whatever, you're doing a bracket to be the best versus the best, not just talking your way up to it. You don't see the Raiders talking their way into the Super Bowl right now. They're gonna have to win to get there.
How was it for you having to train during the holidays?
Oh, it's easy. I'm used to it for wrestling season. Wrestling season's always during the winter. He runs through Thanksgiving, which I think is the toughest to train through,
okay.
And then Christmas, New Year's. So wrestling's always through the toughest times, and I'm just kind of used to it.
Are you planning on making up for a little bit for New Year's, a little bit of celebration afterwards?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay in Vegas after the fight and celebrate New Year's and watch how it goes down here in Vegas.
Okay.
Lineker's known for his hands, but
Yeah.
I mean, you've obviously got that down and worked a lot with Bang on the footwork, the head work, I mean, the head movement and everything to try to avoid that kind of situation. So what do you make of him and his hands against yours?
Everyone's like so scared and so worried about his power in his hands, but really it's not very technical, and it's not like he's starching people. It's not like he's going out and hitting you with one punch and knocking you out. You have to kind of stand there and brawl with him to let him TKO you, you know? So it's just being a smart fighter and knowing what to do. I mean, if Dotson wasn't as afraid as he was of Lineker's power, he would have beat him as well. You know, he had the better shots. He just ran the entire fight.
A lot of fighters evolve, you know, but you've evolved as a fighter, but also a lot mentally. You've gone through a lot of changes. How have you dealt with that?
Just rolling with the punches, man. Just trying to be as positive as possible, you know. Just learning how to compete my entire life since 3rd grade with wrestling. Just nothing goes perfect, you know. You gotta just roll with the punches. Nothing ever works the way it's supposed to be planned out, and just do the best you can.
Like improvise, yeah.
Oh, I mean, you have to. I mean, this sport's crazy, man. I mean, for one, anything can happen in any fight, and then your weight cuts are never the same. Preparing for a fighter is never the same. I think the judges' scorecards aren't the way you see it, so everything kind of is fucked up, you know. But you just got to go with it, man. You know.
So speaking of that, I mean, how does that split decision still sit with you that you had to Dominic Cruz?
I thought I won the fight, man. I mean, that's why I want that fight back. That's why I want Cruz. You know, I mean, I felt I won that fight, and I feel like I have his numbers. So yeah.
What do you make of him against Garbrandt?
I think he's gonna be a little too elusive for Garbrandt. You know, Garbrandt kind of have to stand in front of him like we have to do with Lineker. You know, I think he's a little bit faster than Lineker, but he's a little one-dimensional. You know, and I think Cruz is gonna take advantage of that.
Are you worried that if Cruz lost a close decision that there could be a rematch and then you have to wait even longer?
Dude, I'll be ridiculously pissed if that actually ends up happening, because my fight was very controversial with Cruz, and it was a back and forth of who won that one, and I didn't get an immediate rematch,
Right.
you know. So if that does happen, yeah.
So you feel like regardless of the outcome of that one, you should get the next title
100%.
shot, right?
Yeah, I definitely. I mean, I thought I should have it, but that's the way it goes, man.
How quickly are you going to be getting done with, you know, all your post-fight stuff to watch that fight?
Yeah, I mean, it always takes a little bit to go get checked out by the doctors and do the whole deal, so I'm sure maybe I'll miss a little bit of it. But yeah, I'm going to be interested in wanting to watch it, you know, so maybe I can hold the doctors off while the fight's going on, because there's still a fight after that, so